Okay, day 115, this is part 5. Someone told me Dr. Corsi was on this morning talking about Uranium 1, and the first thing he said was that Transport Logistics was a Russian company. I respect you, Dr. Corsi. You're like Babe Ruth to me, and I feel like I'm, Gehrig coming into the lineup or something. But let's stay with the baseball analogy here. If Dr. Corsi's playing right field, Babe Ruth, and I'm, let's say, Gehrig playing first base, okay? The guys that we'd have up the middle, you got to have a good defense. In baseball, you got to have a good defense, right? So who would play catcher for Transport Logistics if we had this Transport Logistics baseball team? Well, it would be Carlton Fisk. You remember Carlton Fisk with the this way, the home run, this way. So that you got Carlton Fisk. He's pretty important. He's the CEO. He's the guy who wrote the letter from Nuclear Regulatory Commission saying, now we pick up the uranium in Charleston, right, in 2005. This doesn't sound like a good idea. Fisk. That was Carlton Fisk. Not a Russian company, Dr. Corsi. Fisk was an American. He was the one who was pushed out of his company. He died about a year later, okay? 2, let's think about John Conyers. Poor John Conyers, old John Conyers. Think about him playing shortstop. He's the rep from Detroit that got recently pushed out because of the running around in his underwear with his people who worked for him. What if he was playing shortstop? Conyers. Well, that's the next CEO. Conyers, John Conyers, is the next CEO of Transport Logistics. Again, an American, not a Russian. He's the guy who also gets in trouble for bribery because Andy McCabe's bringing in a guy named Campbell Soup, to bribe all these guys to get rid of them so they could take over this company, okay, for U.S. enrichment. We'll get there, though. Okay, third guy. Who's out? Where's the next position up the middle? You got to have that second baseman. Can't have a good baseball team without a good second baseman. That's going to be Lambert. Think about Jack Lambert, used to play a linebacker for the Steelers. Great linebacker. That's Mark Lambert. You probably know Mark Lambert better because for people who watch the series. But those are the 3 guys that preceded Campbell. Campbell, in this analogy, baseball analogy, would be sitting somewhere in the right field stands, maybe, or like along the first base side, maybe. But not in the game, not involved with shipping the uranium in from Russia, so he wouldn't know about diversion. Right, to the Navy as a customer, right, or other governments as a customer. He wouldn't know about it, or to the National Science Foundation and the test reactors all over the world. He wouldn't know about diversion. All he would know about is being a bagman. That's all he would know about. He'd know about hot dogs and being a bagman, okay? That's what Campbell knows about. So Dr. Corsi saying he's the critical guy is completely wrong. I'm sorry. Do the research. Okay, now, you got those 3 key players, the 3 key executives that get each one and successively has been arrested by Andy with his bagman, and now they have control of the company, U.S. Enrichment. Who is U.S. Enrichment? Pavel Krupnik. Who is Mark Lambert married to? I believe a relative, also named Krupnik, okay? Who is Mark's business partner in Africa, doing in Zambia, mining uranium? A guy named Roman Krupnik. I've got a picture of them crushing his Krupniks in Frederick, Maryland. I've been there. I can't count how many shows I've done on it. I've met him a couple of times. I've been up there. You have to go to the next level. Don't let the next diversion here, the second diversion, is that people are trying to convince you that Transport Logistics is a Russian company. It's not a Russian company. It's an American company, okay? Now, Andy's spies that they put in there may be Russian. That's true. But it's not a Russian company. It was a good American company that was taken over by Andy McCabe and a bunch of very aggressive attorneys like Mr. Rosenstein to take that company away from a good American company.